Hey, we're keeping it kind of light and easy here on computer science at the beginning of e-learning. We'll pick it up as we go a little bit, but while we all get used to this, I'm just kind of keeping it kind of small and not doing all that much. But anyway, here we go. Let's take a look. What we're going to do today is a situation where, let that load up here. I'm going to create a program where you have an object in the middle of, like a sprite of whatever choice you want, in the middle of the screen, and it just kind of sits there unless you press a key. And when you press a key, I want to see it spin. Now you could get creative and make it do some other things as well. When I let go of the key, it stops spinning. When I press the key that I'm using, it spins, and when I let go of the key, it stops. And it's not a complicated program, really. I'm going to go ahead and close that window out. Here's what we will do. I'm going to do a fast run through. A lot of you won't really even need it. You'll get to the game lab. You'll probably want to rename this. I'm just going to call it spin. I'll save that name. I'm going to go over to the animation tab here, and I'm going to use one of those axes. This time I'll use an iron axe. Okay, there we go. I'll use the iron axe. And I'll go back over to the code side. I'm going to set up on top of the draw loop. I'm going to set up my variables for my sprite with my create sprite and my set animation. And I will call it spinner just because I want to. Spinner. And then I'm going to make that look like the axe. Okay, great. Inside the draw loop, here we go. I'm going to use a background color. I've got a color that I copied from the color picker over here next door a moment ago. So I'll put in my background color. I'm going to come right along here with my if block. And what we're going to do is check on a key down. Not key went down, key down. All right. Now, what I'm going to use a space bar, but really you could set the trigger to be any key that you want, any letter. Any key would work. I'm just going to use the space bar in my demo. All right, so that's checking to see if the space bar is pressed, if that key is being pressed down. All right, well, and I'm not going to get all that fancy here with mine, but you could get fancier if you want to. Show off a little bit if you want. But I'm just going to, in here, inside the if block, I'm just going to make it rotate. All right, so this is going to be spinner. Dot rotation is going to equal, and just for kicks and giggles, I'll just use a math block here. I'll say you put a math block in there and then go back and get another rotation block. I could have typed it myself if I wanted to. This would be spinner, and I'll add like 20. All right, cool. That's a counter pattern that will change the rotation of the axe as long as I have the space bar pressed down. It's a conditional event. Now I've got to make sure that I put good old draw sprites right after the if block, but still inside the draw loop. Let's run it. Let's see if it works. All right, when I run the program, the axe is sitting still. If I press the space bar, I get a spin on the axe. If I let go of the space bar, the axe stops spinning. That's exactly what we're after today. Look how easy this is. Press the key and it makes the action happen. Let go of the key and the action stops. So it's kind of another little drill on the whole, keyboard input, reading the keyboard, making something happen based on a key being pressed. And that's really it. Like I said, if you want to make it a little fancier, you can make it move also while it's spinning, or you can make it scale up or scale down while it's spinning. But really, all I want for sure is I want it to spin. All right, cool. That's it. Off you go.